Hey, a little note here at the end. They're talking about how on the grave, the two sad graves, separated so that their dust can't even mingle. There is one slab, one tombstone, which bore a device, a herald's wording of which might serve for a motto, and a brief description of our now concluded legend. So somber is it, and relieved only by one ever-glowing point of light, gloomier than the shadow, and that is on a field, sable, the letter A, gules, which is apparently its noun, which is read as a heraldic tincture, like sword and long cross gules. Middle English from the Old French gules, plural of the gull throat, and from Latin gula, used to denote pieces of red dyed fur used as a neck ornament. So yes, we're always going to get that, the united in the Scarlet Letter. And it would be a cool thing to just mention here at the conclusion that there's various stories of when he exposes his breast, that some people said that they saw a scarlet letter in on his chest, like not like a tattooed or risen, like livid on his chest. Others not so much. There's even some stories where some people say he didn't confess all this stuff. This didn't happen, though the narrator says, well, you know, a clergyman's friends are, of course, going to see the truth that they want to see, and that would be a truth where he isn't. Other people saw it as a parable, that he's taking the fallen woman into his arms as his last saintly act. Though I think a lot of people just knew, yeah, he turned out he was a big old sinner too, after we had kind of raised him up as a saint. So yeah, that is the end of the Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. And wow, I really, really, really enjoyed this book. I thought this was going to be just sort of kind of a school book, kind of simple morality play, but no, it's pretty complicated. And it's interesting at the end there that Hester Prynne had hoped to be the prophetess who would kind of come up with a new truth would be revealed in order to establish the whole relation between man and woman on a sure ground of mutual happiness. But it turned out that that wasn't going to be her, and she seems to think that the impossibility that any mission of divine and mysterious truth should be confided to a woman stained with sin, bowed down with shame, or even burdened with a lifelong sorrow. So the angel and apostle of the coming revelation must be a woman indeed, but lofty, pure, and beautiful, and wise, moreover, not through dusky grief, but the ethereal medium of joy, and showing how sacred love should make us happy by the truest test of a life successful to such an end. It's like, there's some toing and froing. I don't think we're thinking Nathaniel Hawthorne is a proto-feminist here, but it's interesting that there is definitely that idea of that, like, oh, you know, that there's something messed up between the relationship between a man and a woman. And there's a kind of, I guess, that conflict between bodily love, all those bosoms, and the ethereal spiritual love that is the Christian, is the kind of the Christian through line of stuff, and how those can sometimes seem to be completely incompatible with each other, or have been cast as incompatible through various iterations of Christianity in this case. So yeah, I will have to go away and think about this and do many notes and talk about this book, because it was a joy to read out loud. All right, I will leave it there. I've been Jay. More videos later.